he is a future star for the Toronto Raptors. Now, Immanuel Quickley's a guy that was touted as the centerpiece of the OG Anunoby trade. However, since he's been acquired by Toronto, even though he's been great, he's been awesome, feels like RJ Barrett has kind of outshined him because of just how well he's played, exceeding expectations. We heard Knicks fans calling RJ Barrett a negative contract, a negative asset in that package, and all those types of things. But Immanuel Quickley, even if he's a little bit overlooked, a little bit underhyped, and again, point guards, they really benefit from a stable sort of team around them. Lots of players around them on the court so they can make players look better, get some assists going. Having Scotty Barnes, Jakob Poeltl to run pick and rolls with, run different sets would definitely benefit Immanuel Quickley. But despite all of that, Immanuel Quickley has shown time and time again that he is going to be a future star for this Toronto Raptors group. So we're going to break down what IQ just did in tonight's game, what he's been doing lately for the Toronto Raptors, and why we're reminded now over the Raptors' last couple games why we should be excited about this team's future. Because again, things looked bleak. Things looked a bit depressing, looked a bit sad there for a while as we were losing game after game after game. But that's just how it goes when you're a team that trade away their two top guys, made a more rebuilding roster that didn't have a ton of depth. We all knew that was the case, and then you just get piled on with injuries and players out of the lineup. So that's just how things are going to go. But now, tonight, again, we're playing the Washington Wizards. This isn't indicative that, it's a guaranteed we fumbled or anything like that this season. The Raptors, there's not major takeaways from beating the Wizards. But what we can take away is the key guys, the key players that are going to be on this team in the future or have the potential to be on this team in the future, when they're out there on the court, this team is put together. There is some talent on this Raptors group. And I want to start with Immanuel Quickley because in tonight's game, again, he came out and balled out. Right, 9 of 15 from the field, 3-7 from the three-point line, 31 points, had 13 assists, 7 rebounds. He's just doing everything out there on the court for the Toronto Raptors. Every three he hits, it's kind of electrified. It's like a boost of energy for this group. But again, I didn't really realize how great of a facilitator Immanuel Quickley was until we've really seen him, come into this group. And we're reminded now that he's back into the lineup and playing, with like being out for personal reasons and coming in locked in and focused to close off this year. He's able to orchestrate, he's able to run an offense. We all knew the shooter he was, the guy that could put the ball in the bucket. We saw it with the New York Knicks when he sort of backed up Jalen Brunson, was just a microwave off the bench, but this man can run an offense. He's out there running sets, running different plays, facilitating for this Raptors group, and 13 assists again tonight. We have more of a complete roster on the group here now at this point with, Gary playing, Kelly Olynyk, and RJ Barrett, obviously legit NBA guys. And Abaji, I think, is a dude I'm pretty high on, I'm pretty excited about, but, still not Scotty Barnes, not Jakob Poeltl, not a full complete roster there just yet. He's still able to get this team to run offense again. It does run dry a little bit at times, but he's able to run a very consistent sort of set for this Raptors group. And that's huge to see from a point guard of the future that we're really excited to sort of watch. And again, he's a free agent, restricted free agent, so we're going to keep him. There's no way we trade OG Anunoby for IQ and then, we don't end up retaining him, but his price might be going up in the offseason, which some people are saying, we don't want him to play that great at this point here now. So we'll see. I think he's going to get paid regardless, how he performs at the end of this year. But definitely a guy that I'm pumped to have on the Raptors long term. I hope we lock him in on a long-term contract because IQ has just been a beast, defensively, rebounding, facilitating, scoring. He's a guy that if all gets put together, if he all sort of continues to take those steps up, continues to level up, is going to be an awesome point guard of the future for this Raptors group. And again, I talked about how RJ Barrett's outshining him. Not the perfect complete game from RJ Barrett tonight, but again, hitting timely shots when the Wizards were going on runs in this game. RJ Barrett just finds the time to actually put in buckets. And 22 points, 7 assists, 8 rebounds. It's just nice to see, regardless of if your team tank and you're worried about the Grizzlies catching us and all that type of stuff. It's just nice to see this Raptors group look like a competent basketball team. Look like a squad that we can get excited about for the future. Like, we're not the Chicago Bulls where our star players are in their mid to late 30s. Our star players are 24, 23 years old. They are starting to develop. They are starting their ascent in their NBA careers. So watching RJ, watching IQ have these types of big sort of moments throughout the course of this season, it's indicative that there's positive things to come for this Raptors team. So, again, is it, are we rooting for this team to lose? Maybe, especially to close off the season, stay ahead of the Memphis Grizzlies, in that sort of tankathon race. But to beat the Wizards, to beat these sort of teams who've been lining up against the Milwaukee Bucks in the last one, I mean, we might be having a little win streak on our hands. We might have a little pizza party going on tomorrow. The memes, the second 3-game win streak of the year. We're on 2 right now. We might see another little win streak happen for this Raptors group, in following their next game. We'll see. We'll see how it all shakes out. But again, regardless you're rooting for wins or losses, the most important thing is the guys that are going to be on this team in the future look good. And that's all I'm really looking for, because, again, during that losing streak, no one really established themselves as players that were really locks to be brought back in, the guys that were on the fringe. But, again, having the guys that we know are going to be on this team in the future is a huge plus. Kelly Olynyk, again, doing his thing out there. I'm pumped for Kelly Olynyk to sort of play that sort of role player role, because he's a perfect complementary piece. The fact that we got him and Abaji for a late first-round pick in a trash NBA draft, apparently, allegedly, that's huge. 21 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals for him tonight. Ochai Abaji out there, again, not putting up crazy stat lines, not doing anything just, over the top, but defensively he brings it. He's been having great plus minuses since he's returned from injury lately. 9 points in tonight's game. Not making his free throws, which is a little bit scary. Again, he needs to make more 3-point shots if he's going to be a legitimate sort of asset that we're hoping he develops into. But again, still playing out of position, more of a 2-3, playing the 4 spot now at this point. The starting lineup for this Raptors group looked great. And to close out this year, I know he's been inconsistent. I know he's been up and down, but Gary Trent Jr., our star boy, he's making the case. He's making that last little push to say, Masai Ujiri, Bobby Webster, bring me back. Give me a decent contract. And, he's having some moments for this team. 20 points, 9 of 16 shooting, 2 of 4 from the 3-point line, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals. I continue to say it. His defense looks a little bit better out there on the court. So that's a positive there at this point. And then Grady Dick, 13 points in this one, 4 rebounds. Still showing some stuff as a rook that even though he's hit a little bit of a rookie wall, doing his thing out there. So that's all positives. Again, are we going to be super hyped, super gassed up about being the Washington Wizards, especially when the Raptors got a big early lead and almost blew it at times, throughout this game? No, I'm not going to be, run away with this one, but it's nice to see a game where, again, our players play at a solid level. The vibes seem to be good. The energy in the locker room seems to be nice, even though the Raptors have had a tumultuous close to this season. And I'm just hoping it carries into next year. That's what I'm really rooting for now at this point. But let me know what you guys think about this Toronto Raptors game. Let me know what you guys think about this squad, because again, IQ, RJ Barrett, Kelly Olynyk, I'm going to say Abaji too, our keepers, Gary Trent Jr. and Grady Dick, of course. But Gary Trent Jr. is the question mark now at this point. Whether or not we pay him that money, if he's sort of going to earn, well, he's definitely going to earn whatever money he gets paid. Depends on the team. But if the Raptors really are in a place to pay him that type of bread. But we're going to be talking about a lot of that over the course of the offseason. You guys are the best. I'm signing out. Cheers.